Hey guys, so we're working on the parts car today. So you guys know the 73 Opels in that barn. Here's the Prelude, but 70 Opels in that barn, and we're trying to see how the front end goes together. And it's still really warm for November. It's November 11th at this date, and it's like super nice out. There's no wind, and it's super sunny, and it's like 11 o'clock, and it feels absolutely amazing out here just in a sweatshirt. Grandpa and I are super happy about how warm it is for northern Indiana. It's absolutely amazing. It should be snowing by now. We'd bank riding the snowmobile, but I'd rather have this much better, and I don't care about riding the snowmobile as much as work on the cars. So much better. The pontoon's out of the water as well. My aunt and uncle's house, so that's back. And then my cousin's boat's over here that we got picked up for free on the side of the road. So yeah, so just some interesting stuff. So you guys know the parts car. You guys should watch the video if you guys haven't. Pick this thing up in Indianapolis, below, well, in Martinsville, so it's below Indianapolis. Like a 2.5 hour drive. So yeah, I picked up for 300 bucks, I think. Probably a waste of our time, but the transmission feels good. That's basically the only reason why I bought it. Because at that point, I only had my 69 GT, and that's automatic. So we were going to do, and we didn't have any more projects, so we were going to do an automatic to manual transmission swap on that thing. And this transmission feels really good. So this transmission works. Reverse is kind of hard, but it works good. So it's really good. Does have a lot of miles on it. I forget how many. Probably over 100,000, he's guessing. And it's super rusty. He's sitting in his yard for 30 years. And as you guys can see, that's part of the problem. 3 of the pistons should not be at the same level, and 1's not. So something's in there broken, which we're really curious to find out. But the cylinder head is good. We were able to salvage that, which, if you guys know anything about cylinder heads, Opel cylinder heads are really hard to find good. Usually they're all cracked. But we're pretty sure that one's good. Did take a few other tidbits off this car, not a whole lot to be saved. The rubber carburetor, I forget what else we took off. But some wiring. But yeah, this car is like really gone, as you guys can tell. So it's really rusty. So it's gonna be a parts car. I was wanting to do something with it one day, but the floorboards are completely gone. Like, this seat is bolted to the floor, and it can do that. And it's literally rusted out at the roof. Here, I'll show you guys the other side. Grandpa already pulled the rear axle for his hot rod build, which I haven't updated you guys to that in a while. But, so, it does have good glass in it yet. Yeah, the roof rotted out up here, which is absolutely insane. Never saw that before. Just a really rough car. Lots of Bondo. There's a good story. The guy's pretty cool. But, so yeah, so we're going to be stripping this thing apart some more. Taking the engine out of it today. Because why not? It's warm outside. And we want to see how the inner structures in here work with all the windshield stuff, so we can figure out where we're going to need to cut on the red car. And so we're going to be doing it the wrong way and taking the engine out the top. We concluded that's going to be easier because there's no rear axle, and we just have a block underneath there. We don't really feel like jacking up the whole car. So, I've seen people do this before, and we don't really care about this car, so we're just going to cut the radiator support, but kind of cut it so we can still weld it back together if we needed to someday. And then take out the motor mount bolts, take out the cross member bolts for the transmission, which is 2 underneath there. The Milwaukee should be able to handle that. And then take out the clutch cable and maybe the starter, I don't know, ground cable, maybe some other stuff, and it should come right out. So, and honestly, if the clutch cable hangs on it, I really do not care, because clutch cable is junk anyways. So, actually, I don't know if it's junk or not. Does the clutch even work on this thing? I don't know if the clutch feels. It might be doing something, but it's pretty stiff. So we'll see. I think today we're going to strip it apart. But Grandpa's getting we're going to be getting engine lift. I'll probably move my car, maybe with the pontoon. We'll probably get the lawnmower out here too. But yeah, so this thing's been apart since, man, I think it was last year, June or July. Yeah, July, last year, July. So it's been a while. But so we're gonna take this thing out of here and cut apart the car to see how the inner structures work on this thing, and we'll see what we all get done today. And I'll get you guys set up and we'll get to it. Alright guys, well, we're working hard and we're finding crazy stuff in this car because we never really cleaned it out all the way. The first crazy thing that I found is this mud dauber nest. And look, there's an actual one in there. Hopefully you guys can see that. There's an actual mud dauber thingy in there. I think it just froze to death. Like, look at the larva. You can see it in there. Here. It's like squishy. Yeah. I bet the rest of these are... Let's open them up. Yep. Yeah, Grandpa, these are full of mud daubers. Completely full of them. Look at that. There's another one. That's crazy. They're all in here too. They must have just froze to death. They're all in there. And the second crazy thing that we found, I just found this like literally a second ago. I just paused the GoPro for this. We found a Dr. Pepper can that's super old, has tape all over it. That's weird. And I was looking, and right below Dr. Pepper, look what I found. Hot Wheel cars. They're still in the box. I don't know what kind of packaging this is. I've never seen Hot Wheel cars side by side. But these things are... Man, they're stuck in there. I don't know if they're Hot Wheels or not. Made in China. They're Hasbro, so they may not be Hot Wheels. And this one... Oh, man. There it is. Oh, that one got melted, it looked like. The base is all warped. Grandpa, this one got melted, I think. Look at that. Look at the base. They got like melted on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wiring did that or something?
Yeah, the wiring, yeah, who knows. This one's pretty nice. So this one's more beat up. The wheels don't want to turn on this one, but that's super cool, guys. We'll have to keep these around for sure. May clean them up, but I wonder what this case is from. It's a MC. So sure cool. It sure is cool. I'll walk around and show you guys what we all did so far. We've done a ton. We've been working on this thing for about probably 2 hours now, and you guys can see all the stuff. So we got the glass out, and you guys know this side had glass on it. Well, I'm so glad I never did this, but in the back there's a ton of blankets and stuff which are all in there, a ton of like carpeting, blankets, weird stuff like that. And guess what was in the middle of all that? This right here. And the guy thought this blew away in a windstorm. And so, but sure enough, this was in there. So we were so happy about that. So we have a complete set of glass. So that's absolutely amazing. So I'm just glad I never put my foot back there. Got the windshield out, went pretty good as well. I got the rear window out, which is an absolute pain in the butt because it was silicone in place. We think that, because this thing got rear-ended once upon a time, we think that it broke the windshield and they had to get a new one and they couldn't find a seal because this is back probably in the early 90s. This is before Opel GT Source or any of those companies. And so they literally siliconed it in place, and they put nuts on the bottom here to space it out, and they put these weird like piece of metal to hold it in place. Really weird thing. I don't know what they were doing there. And this is the keep box right here. This is all the keep stuff. Finding some goodies every now and then. Got the steering column out. Got the dash out, which I have never seen a dashboard rust out. Like, it literally rusted out, you guys. Like, I have to show you guys the, where is it at here? Here it is. This piece right here. It literally, there's no metal left. It literally rotted out. Like, I don't know where it went. I think I literally crumbled it. Yeah, literally, I touched it and it would literally crumble. So, like, it's so bad. So, that's crazy. The floorboard's completely gone, as you guys can see. So, let's see here. What else did we get out? We got the doors both out. Actually, they came off pretty easy. Oh, here's Dr. Pepper. So, if you guys could tell us what year that is, that'd be amazing. But, it still has the barcode. Has all these stickers on it too, which are kind of weird, but I have no idea. But so Grandpa, we're probably working on getting that seat out next, which it's almost out.
Sawzall.
Yeah, Sawzall. Let's get the Sawzall, which is right there. But so we're getting this thing stripped apart, and I'll update you guys. Something else, we also got that door off. And it's interesting is that door looks like it was off a jade green car. So we think this door is going to replace it at some point because this car was originally fire glow orange, but it's obviously jade green. So kind of interesting as well. But I guess we'll get back to it. I'll put you guys in time-lapse mode and get to stripping this thing apart. Okay guys, we got the engine out. It went pretty easy because this car is so rusty, we didn't really care what happened to it. And so yeah, it worked pretty good. Yeah, so as you guys know, the oil pan, if you go look way back in the old videos, the oil pan was loose in this thing, which you guys can tell from the leaves in here. And the first thing I noticed was, yeah, there's a hole in it. So you knew it was the front cylinder that had problems. But so yeah, so this oil pan gaskets. I don't really see anything in here. There's some oil, and then got to look, and sure enough, it's the first cylinder that had the whole problem. So that crank is pretty bad, as you guys can tell. So yeah, there's no saving that crank, and the rod's way up in there. That rod is crunched together, and then we were hoping we could save the block, but if you guys can see, that circular right there. There's a big old chunk missing out right there if you look straight up. So it goes like, it makes like a V shape like this. So just like that. So that block, probably we were not going to be able to save that, sadly, which we were hoping we would, but probably can't do that. Yes, that's kind of interesting. But so yeah, everything came out nice. Transmission survived. Everything survived. The car kind of survived, so it's nice. But went good, and probably take some pictures, and then we'll put this thing on the trailer or on the wagon right here, and we'll put it in the barn and probably clean up this mess. And we'll get back at it. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days. We're back with the parts car. We were going to work on the Prelude, but we're going to do just valves on it. But it's kind of still warm yet, and I'm just going to do it at home at my own house. But so yes, we're working on this thing right now. So yeah, so you guys saw us take everything out, totally strip it apart. I didn't really show you guys a whole lot because I had to go to work, and the battery, I think the GoPro battery is almost dead, or I didn't have much storage. I forget what it was. But anyway, so here's the detailed tour, I guess. So there's the non-existent floor pans that actually bent upward. Wow, I didn't realize that was that rusty. That's pretty crazy. Here's the rusted out roof, which I think you guys already saw that. Yeah, so this is all out. That got rusted out somehow down there. And you guys saw the engines out. That's in the barn, sitting there. The block's junk we figured out. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Not really. Let's see here. What else did we? So this floor pan's gone as well. So you guys can probably see. Hopefully, you guys can see that. So yeah, so what the plan of action is today is to basically start drilling spot welds in this thing, because we need to see how the inner structure of this thing works. Even this one doesn't probably have much left, it's just pretty so rusty. We need to see how it works for the red car. So because we're wanting to keep, actually I need to take out this part yet, but we're trying to keep this cowl section where the windshield wipers go on the red car, and then put the new yellow car part around it. So we're still, because we want to keep the windshield section, so we're still trying to figure out how all that will work. So basically we're just going to start drilling spot welds apart, take off this fender, maybe do some other stuff. We don't really have much of a plan to start yanking stuff apart pretty much, but so I'll probably do a time lapse of this, just start yanking panels off. It's already 5:10, so we don't have a whole lot of time, but I guess we'll get to it here. Grandpa's probably getting something like a Sawzall or another drill, because we only have one Milwaukee. So I guess we'll get to it, and I'll start taking stuff apart and getting some spot welds out, and we'll get to it. Alright guys, well, we got the stupid wiper motor thingy out. We had to end up bending it because it wouldn't come out. But we found this guy in there. Found a big old screw. I think it's for the armrest. And then I found an Oxford Chemicals screwdriver. So that's kind of neat. Be cool for a snap-on. And there's a mouse. I think it's a mouse. Yeah, it's a mouse. And there might be another mouse there. I can't tell if it's a mouse or not. But a bunch of acorns, a bunch of crap in here. A wiring harness. Yeah, so we're gonna get taking this thing apart, and we'll get to it. I'll probably put you guys in Tom's mode now, and we'll get to drilling out stuff. Alright guys, we're back. It's actually Thanksgiving, and we're gonna be working on this thing. Everybody else went down to see my aunt's horses and the dogs and stuff, so my grandpa and I are left, so we didn't really care about going to that. But everyone else wanted to see all the horses and the famous racehorse and all that stuff, so we're working on the parts car. Grandpa did a lot of work, or some work while I was gone. He drilled out all these spot welds here, along here. So that's about ready to come out. I think the only thing is there's some braze. It needs to be unbrazed. Because we figured out this thing is brazed together, which is up here. So, and this guy, yeah, this thing's brazed right there, as you guys can see it. And this whole piece comes off as one, which we figured out. I don't think I showed you guys that though. Because this whole piece comes off, and Grandpa drilled out all these spot welds as well. And then we're gonna need to finish taking off these. We need to melt all this with the braze. So we're gonna have to take the torch out and melt all that out. You guys can see the coloration of the braze there. But so we're gonna cut that. We're just kind of replicating what we're gonna do to the red car. So that's what we're kind of thinking, is cutting the chunk like that off of there. But as you guys can see, there's no spot welds here. So the whole thing comes off as one. And these spot welds are from us taking off the fender, which is right here. So I guess we're gonna get to work here a little bit for Thanksgiving, and then might do some fun in the field, and we might get the V8 started too. So I might make a separate video of the V8, but we will see. But it's a beautiful day for Thanksgiving. It's about 40 some degrees out, so it's like 48, 49, so it's perfect. It's sunny. It's not that windy out either, so awesome. But so anyways, I guess we're gonna get to work on this thing, get it chopped up some, and we'll get into it. I'll probably just time lapse it, and I'll show you guys updates when we get to it. Okay guys, we're getting this thing finally apart. We're figuring it out. So there's a few spot welds this piece, which we did not realize. So that was a pain in the butt. And then, so what else you have to do is to braze this right here. It's all brazed too, and it's a pain in the butt. You have to use just a gradual, don't use too much heat. And there's a spot weld somewhere in there, we think too. So, but we got this side mostly loose. Maybe just some more spot welds holding it on, and then we'll start working on the other side here. But finally coming together. Oh, and we also found a screwdriver while we're shop vacuuming it out. We found a screwdriver in there. So that's like a really old screwdriver. You guys can see how rusty it is. The layers are flaking off of it. But so we're getting something done, and I'll update you guys when we get something else done. All right, guys, so real quick, I have like a minute left to SD card, so I'm going to talk about this thing real quick. So, you guys saw we all did this thing. I don't think I showed you guys a whole lot. I took off the piece that goes all the way across here. It's one piece. So, spot welds here, goes all the way across. So, got that piece off there. I think it's inside the barn right now, because we're going to try to save it just in case. But absolute pain in the butt. There's a lot of hidden spot welds everywhere you guys can't really see. This car was so rusty to begin with that we could not really even see the spot welds because it was sitting outside for 30 years. Half the spot welds were pure rust, and it was just absolute pain in the crap. There is some brazing that you have to melt. So there's brazing you have to melt along the way. Yeah, pretty crazy. We got this thing off at least. I'm so happy that we got it off. So this will mark the end of this video. Just starting to take apart the parts car. We're going to be taking off some other stuff off of it and just start working on the other cars in the barn. So we're going to be taking a whole bunch of stuff apart. I'm about out of time right now already. I'm almost at a minute. But so anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked it, please subscribe. And maybe I'll add some more to this video if I need to. Okay, I have a little bit more time left. I've deleted the video. But so yeah, so you guys see this thing was pretty rusty to begin with. Anyways, it's somewhere over there. We did move the yellow nose into the heated workshop, so that should be good. We should be able to work on that some. Yeah, so I guess I'll walk through this a little bit more since I have some more space left. Basically, you have to take off the first layer, which we took off the fender, and then on this side, we took off just a little piece of metal here, just like this much here, which is somewhere to be found. I don't know where we put that, but not bad, not crazy hard. Well, I wasn't expecting to work on this on Thanksgiving, but we did it on Thanksgiving, so it's pretty fun. But so anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get some pictures, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be chopping this thing apart more to see how the inner structures work again. And we'll get at it, and we'll see you guys next time for another great video. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and stay updated for other videos.